and in that general
Oh, over there?
area. So she contacted the USDA. Somebody's supposed to come down and talk to the property owner that may be feeding the geese and encouraging them.
On State Road? Or
Well,
It's across the street from Bath Industrial.
They are traveling everywhere now,
Yeah.
and they're crossing the road where the light is. And we've had several accidents.
On a red light?
Yeah,
And are they in a crosswalk?
there was a parade of 12 right down the middle of State Road,
bad.
in front of the, meant to be
Yeah,
guys
it
farm
is.
there.
Babies, like, were they following him?
Full grown,
It's
and
also-
they were
Oh,
about,
yeah.
they were in
Huh?
front of a tractor trailer truck.
Oh, it's bad. Someone's gonna get hurt really bad.
Yeah.
So you may be contacted by an official to get more information.
Actually, I called Julie about this, and who brought it to my attention and was asking for some help was our animal control officer.
Mm. Where are those foxes when we need them?
He was getting several complaints, and he
Yeah.
said because it's New Meadows Road and State Road, it's really not his problem.
He's not a
Well,
traffic
it's a
cop.
wild animal too.
Right, he really shouldn't be dealing with any wild animals.
So I said I will send it to the town office and see.
No, Christmas goose sounds good to me.
It's July.
It is bad. I mean, literally this morning at 7 o'clock, you hear the squealing of tires and you look out and there's a whole parade of them. And
Wow.
they also have a fawn that seems to be hurting them. It's the cutest thing you've ever seen.
What's it,
Are you fond of that?
I am. But like I said, it is really turned into a.
There seems to be a lot of spectacle this year, more than last year.
We got rid of the foxes.
Easy winter.
Yeah?
And I don't know why, but I don't know if they're trying to get down to New Meadows River or what they're doing, but it's every day. 2 or 3 times a day.
Shaggy's for some french fries.
Maybe.
Fish and chips.
Oh, shucks. Anyway,
But yeah, thank you for doing that.
Road committee meeting, or workshop, I should say, Monday night, 6 o'clock.
Here,
What's the date?
Monday.
August 1.
Thank you.
I knew there was a reason August.
6 days till my birthday from that point. Feel free to bring a cake. No?
You said 6 o'clock?
Yeah. So if there's anything you want me to find out ahead of that meeting, please let me know and I'll do my best. Otherwise, we'll just gather around and chat, see what we come up with.
They start Sabino Road on August 1, right? Isn't that when Jan said he was doing it?
What's that?
Sabino Road, the ditching. Mike Williams. Didn't he say August 1?
Yes, I think so. That sounds right. Yeah. The planning board workshop will be on Wednesday, August 10th at 5:30. That will be here as well. Yes. And again, anything you'd like me to research ahead of that time, or any questions that you want Sally to be prepared for,
I'm sorry, there was 5 of them, was it?
5:30. Be helpful to have that information. And that's all I had tonight.
Future agenda items, does anybody have anything?
I think I got a full slate of people that we need to have at our next meeting.
Yes.
So I think we're probably okay.
If we could have somebody from the sheriff's department, and maybe one of the county commissioners.
That's a good
Carol
idea.
Gross is our representative.
That's a really good idea, I didn't think of that.
And that's also, so the next meeting is the 18th, correct?
Right.
And that's Trinket at 5:30?
Yes. Unless you want to get it out of the way with earlier, we can do that. Do you want to do it at 5?
Doesn't matter to me.
Is
How much
this-
do we have a big, if we have a long meeting, we should probably do it at 5. Because we have a lot of agenda items.
That would be okay with me.
If you've got a lot of people coming, should you have that at the fire station?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, yeah, it should be available.
Third Thursday.
Third Thursday.
Yeah, we'll find out if it's available.
There's more room there.
So, in most times when there's a liquor license, it's also published in the
Paper, yeah.
Yeah, we'll publish it. Yeah.
I mean, traditionally, they usually put a sign up that says such and such a business has applied for a liquor license, and it's like a big,
Well, when we get our new sign.
that's not for that. I definitely think it should be a public meeting, I think there's, but I think we should chat with them. Also, we wanna talk to them beforehand, kind of, because if we're gonna have that hearing, they need to know what some of the concerns that came up tonight about.
I think we do, I mean, just say we've heard, and then they can respond, yeah, they do, or they don't, or they didn't realize, I think it's.
Just let them know it's a public hearing, consider the
Right,
license.
yeah, we don't have to chat with them first. They need to
And we'll
just,
say maybe encourage them to look at the zoning regulations then.
I'm surprised the no one's here tonight.
Well,
Yeah!
When they
There
dropped
was
this
a-
off, they didn't even say it needed to be approved, they said, we're just giving this to you, and then later they called back, and by they, it wasn't either, I don't know who it is handling it, but they called back and they're like, oh, we need that signed.
yeah, it was a very odd thing, and I just happened to be in the front office when he
Odd.
dropped it off.
And then maybe.
And I made it clear, I said, does this
Yeah.
need to be signed? And he said, no, I
And
said, so it's just being
There's-
filed for their file.
There's
You might
three, it
wanna
said it
ask
requires
that,
all
maybe.
public officials to sign it on there.
Policy.
yeah, I think it's very simple. And most towns have public hearings.
Well,
For
we want-
the first time that it's
Yeah.
issued, we can have public hearings anytime that we do it.
So we need to get that.
It's really
policy
your,
written.
yeah, it's your decision, really.
Yeah.
Well, and
However
if
you
we're
want to
gonna-
handle it.
If we're gonna be making alterations to any of the ordinances between now
We
and
don't
town
have an
meeting.
ordinance for this.
No, any ordinances,
Okay.
generic ordinances, those also have to, and it looks like we've got several changes in queue that we may or may not wanna wait till next June.
Mhm.
So I think we should have just a standard on how to go about a public hearing. And it wasn't that difficult when we did it, planning board one.
this,
It's.
No, public hearings are easy, it's not.
I thought, it seemed like it was a bigger challenge, and it wasn't so bad.
shouldn't have been.
Well, I think
a problem.
COVID was an issue, I think.
We have public hearings all the time.
Yeah.
It's not so much an issue.
Yeah, I think we've got enough to deal with on the 18th. If any, it's a long time between now and then. We usually meet earlier in the month. If anything comes up that needs action, you'll call us.
Yes, absolutely.
So, I don't know if this is the appropriate time to bring this up or not. We are limited to how we communicate with each other. Because if we try and communicate with one of us, we have an illegal meeting. What would your thoughts be on having 5 selectmen instead of just 3? So that we could actually have dialogue to keep the town moving forward versus constraints on just meetings.
I don't personally see the need.
Bath has 7 plus 2 districts,
Yes.
Catholic has 5. I just think,
We have 2,000 people compared to,
it's not so much people as I think we can get more done for the town. What do you think, Christine?
Well, I've never worked with the 5-member board, but my opinion is that it offers more diversity of thought, that it gets more people engaged in the process. I think it can be a good thing.
Because then one of us could speak to another select board member and not, and just, because we just don't have the opportunity, unless it's in a meeting, to move the town forward.
Yeah, and theoretically, if you wanted to on certain projects, you could even form a subcommittee to do research if you wanted to do something like that with
Right,
2
just
members. So
Think about it. It's
It's
just a thought.
it's just, I I happen to like the idea.
I think the town would benefit from it. And I'm prepared to reduce my pay for it. I mean, I'm not in it for the money certainly, but I think it would help the town to move forward if we had more people engaged.
Of course, that's something that the town would need to vote on.
Absolutely.
It doesn't happen fast, but just
I just,
something.
just a thought, because I think we could get more done. Notice it, just a comment, ponder it, that's it. I just think it's just something I thought would be a good thing. That's it.
Anything else from the public?
The back row is really loud tonight.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
And you don't have to put the chairs away.